So welcome back. We're gonna just have a very quick chat. I wanted to spend the next couple of videos really honoring the people who have helped me a lot during this journey of mine, going from a person who was arrested, who was arraigned, indicted, all that crazy stuff, to the point where now I just closed out my case. It's been several years in which my case has been in litigation. It's been tough for me personally. It's been very tough for my family, but I feel very lucky in that I've had so much support from the online community, particularly YouTube and Reddit. Those are the two primary places in which I've gotten a lot of information from people about what to expect, because this is my first offense. I've never had been convicted of any crime before, and of course I do a doozy. I'm convicted of multiple felonies, and the biggest thing about the criminal justice system is the unknown. If you've never been in the system, you don't know, and that's almost everybody, right? Like everybody, when you're born, you wouldn't have known the system, although I know some of you guys will definitely challenge me on that, but me kind of getting in this kind of the trouble that I got into, I immediately turned to help from learning online, because that's how I process information. And so the biggest shout out I want to give to, of course, is Lucky, Ryan from Laughing with Lucky. I've had a chance to talk with Lucky personally, to tell him what was going on in my life regarding my case. It's not something that I discuss too publicly on my videos, but I feel like Lucky and I have a certain rapport in which we wanted just the mutual understanding. And of course I told him how long I was going to be away for, and Lucky's done so much for me. It's seriously listening to his videos and talking about being gay, but not in the way all the other prison channels does it. The other prison channels view gay, bisexual, transgender inmates as trash, or to be sex slaves, or to be targets of violence. And for me, I kind of found that to be very suspect. I didn't understand why why the mentality of that gay, bisexual, transgender people need to be beaten up in prison still exists when most of the world has advanced, even in the worst parts of the United States. And Lucky really kind of put it out there and really shook up things by being very honest to say, what, these guys are liars. They just make up things about how they're taking advantage or beating up or abusing gay, bi, and trans inmates, when the reality is flipped around, that gay, bisexual, and transgender inmates have more power than straight men are willing to admit, straight inmates are willing to admit. And so I think that made Lucky a big target on YouTube, where guys want to kind of disprove or dismiss his what he says. But I will tell you from my personal experience of having been in jail, for example, that everything he says is true. That how you can gain power if you want to gain power. And Lucky's thing that he wanted to remind me was, you don't want to get corrupted, as in a person who then uses their power for not good reasons. And I've encountered those types of gay guys who use their powers, for example, to put people into gambling debt, you know, and then force them to do things that they don't want to do. So stuff like that happens, and it's totally real. Like what Lucky has said is very accurate. I think for both Lucky and I, it's not that we want you to like agree with us, because then you want to go to jail to find out, and then you'll agree with us. I think it's like information we're going to tell you, but we hope you never ever have to go to jail or prison to find this out. But if you are a person who is, you know, involved in the court system, and you think that, you know, down the line that you may go to jail or prison, then having this information will at least stop you from peeing your pants, one, and two, you can survive this. And I think Lucky is the greatest example of a survivor, a person who's made it out, who's still alive, who has all his fingers. You know, he's a very admirable person. And so for me, Lucky has been one of the biggest supports for me during the last couple of years as I was battling my case. So if you haven't subscribed to Lucky's channel, please do. I'm gonna put some on the end credits, my favorite videos that Lucky has shown. There are too many to list, but I will pick out the ones that I like the most from Lucky. So but if you're watching this video, you know, and you're a fan of Lucky's, let Lucky know that I posted this video. If this is Lucky watching, you know, you and I, we're close, and you know, maybe in the future when I get out, you know, whatever happens in your life, I'm hoping we can have a drink, you know, safely, of course. I'll make a boba with tea for you, okay? So we'll do that and have fun. You know, we'll all get through this. So that's my shout out to Lucky. All right, so bye.